Wonderinos, Mr. Travis and Chester here. It's time for Wonder Time! Wonder Time! Okay, today we've got, we have a special segment in just a second where we've got some mail, and then we're going to talk about repetition and why repetition is good. And what is repetition? Repetition is about when you say or do something over and 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 over. And actually it can be good. Yeah, we'll talk about why. And then we're going to do a book that has some repetition about the animals. We're not going to read a book, but we're going to actually retell a book. We're going to retell Goodnight Gorilla. Yes, Goodnight Gorilla. Yes. Yes, it's one of his favorites. Yes. Okay, but first, mail from the public.
Mail, 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 mail from the public. Mail, 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 mail.
And Chester, did you bring the mail? Yes, he did. He brought the mail. Okay, Chester, where's the mail? Oh, well, you do. Let's see. Where if you can't remember, huh? Well, should we check? You don't have a lot of options here, buddy. How about we check your pockets? Oh, okay. Let's check. Here's a pocket. No. And let's check. Oh, no. It's not going to be down there. No. Let's see what else. Oh, what? What did he find? Oh, look. Could that be the mail? Yes. Okay, let's get it. Oh, he's got the mail. He's got the mail. Okay, Chester, let's open up the mail. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Let's see. All right, we've got a question. We've got a question from the public. And again, if you want to send us mail from the public, you can send it to me at, right here we'll put it, travis@mld.org. And if you send it to us, well, Chester would love to answer your mail, on an upcoming edition of Wonder Time. Of course he would, yes. Oh, yes, I know. All right, so let's take a look. Our question this week comes from Scott, who looks like he's age 5. Yep, Scott says, Dear Chester, why don't you ever wear a mask to cover your nose and mouth? Well, you know what? That's a great question, Scott. It is a great question because Chester's not had to wear a mask yet because he's kind of just been hanging here with me, Yep, he kind of hangs here. He likes to play in the trees. He likes to hang out on the roof. But he doesn't really go see other people. But he was just telling me how much he wanted to go visit the library, yes, and see his friends at the library, yes. And so, in order to keep Chester safe and to keep other people safe and to make sure that our libraries stay open, we're going to wear our mask. That's going to be what we're going to do, Yep. So we're going to put on a mask. So, Chester, you need to learn how to put it on. Okay. Yes. So Chester needs to learn to put on his mask. So, Chester. What? Oh, Chester says he already knows how to put on his mask and he wants to. Okay, Chester, come on out and show us what you've done. Well, looks good, sort of. It's an interesting look. You kind of got a couple of things right. You did kind of put it around your ears, but remember Scott's question. He said, why don't you wear a mask over your nose and mouth? Your nose and mouth. So why don't you give it another try? Okay. Option number 2. Okay, let's see what you got, Chester. Let's see what you got. Chester. Does that make it kind of hard to see? Yeah. Is that over just your nose and your mouth? No. What's it over? Yeah, it's over your eyes. Okay. Let's try something new. Let's try a different option. Okay. You ready? Okay, let's come and see what you've done. Oh, I can already tell this isn't going to be good. Oh, Chester. That's not really over your nose and your mouth. No, huh? All right. I mean, sure, it looks great, but you know, not really what we're looking for. Okay, try again, buddy. Okay. Okay, Chester says he's got it this time for sure. Oh boy, this doesn't look good. This doesn't. Oh, Chester. No, that's definitely not right. No, that's definitely not where your mask goes. Oh, no. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, come on up, Chester. Come on up, come up. Chester, you're getting very warm. You're getting very close. But what are you missing? If we're what do we still need to work on if we're got to put it over our nose and our mouth? Is it covering your mouth? Yeah. Is it covering your nose? Oh, no. Okay. He thinks he's got it this time. Come on up, Chester. Oh, hey. Let's see. We've got your mask is around your ears. Good job. Yeah, it's over your mouth. Yeah, it's over your nose. Huh? Can you still see your eyes? Huh? I think that's it. That's what you're going to have to do when we go visit the library, huh? If we go outside and see other people, huh? Yep, just what we have to do. Okay, Chester. Good job. Good job, Chester. We're ready to go outside and visit our friends, go to the library. All right. So, I hope that answered your question, Scott. Now it's on to our next. Hope that answered your. Oops. I hope that answered your question, Scott. And now it's time for talking to the grown-ups. Sometimes we gotta talk to the grown-ups just for a minute about why we do what we do, huh? Why we make these videos, why we do story times, and we're going to talk today about repetition. We're going to talk about repetition. And what is repetition? That's repetition, huh? It's doing the same thing over and over and over. And it's actually really important for little ones as they are learning to read and as they're growing up. So when the next time you've got a little one asking you to read the same story over and over and over again, remind yourself it's a good thing. It's making all sorts of connections in their brain. In fact, repetition helps increase kids' speed reading. It helps increase their confidence, and it strengthens the connections in their brains. So, and it's for babies. It's really important. Repetition and a daily routine is really helpful for them as they are starting to grow and starting to make these connections, right? And then for a toddler, they love repetition. They love hearing it over and over and over again. It really helps them. They like hearing the same story, doing the same song. Don't worry about it. Remember, repetition is good. It might not always be the most fun for the grown-ups, but the kids love it. And it really does help. But one thing you can do as kids are getting a little older and say they want to read the same story over and over again, you can do some things to sort of mix it up and take things to the next level. So, say if you're reading a story, the next time you read it, maybe after you're done, you can ask them to remember the characters they saw in the story and draw them. Or maybe you can actually act out the story if they've done it enough and they kind of remember. In fact, we're going to do that here in just a second. Or what else could you do? Or like if it's a book series that you like with the same characters, you can get new books with the same characters, and then you can talk about what are some of the similarities and the differences between that new book, or just another book by the same author, and sort of talk about what's the same and what's different. Yeah. So those are all things you can do. And though it might not seem like it at the time, it's really helping the little ones develop. It's helping them read. It's helping them strengthen the connections in their brains. So when it seems, when it seems to you like you're just going in circles, remember, it's really helping them. Okay, shall we do our finger puppet theater? Yes, we're going to do finger puppet theater. One evening at the zookeeper, like he did every night, walked through the zoo to say goodnight to all the animals. The first animal he came upon was the gorilla. And the zookeeper said, "Good night, gorilla." And the gorilla said, "Woo, woo, woo, woo." And as the zookeeper left to go say goodnight to the next animal, unbeknownst to the zookeeper, the gorilla stole the zookeeper's keys. And this being a particularly crafty gorilla, he opened the cage, got out, and decided to follow the zookeeper. Now the zookeepers came to the next cage, and in there was the... What's that? That is the tiger. The tiger says, "Good night, tiger." And along came the crafty gorilla, who opened the cage, and they both got out. The next cage that the zookeeper came to was that of the elephant. The elephant. He says, "Good night, elephant." So along came two other animals. Do you remember what animals were already walking about? There was the tiger, whoop, and the gorilla. So there's three animals. There's gorilla, yep. There's tiger, yep. And then there's elephant. Next, the zookeeper came to the panda's house. "Good night, panda." And soon came the rest of the animals that were out of their pens. Do you remember all the other animals? There was, yes, there was elephant. What else? There was tiger, yes. And what else? There was gorilla, of course. Gorilla, of course. And how many animals are those? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 animals. And they all decided to follow the zookeeper. And so finally, the zookeeper came to the house of the hippo. "Hello, hippo. Hello. Good night, hippo." And along came the other animals that were out of their pens. Do you remember? How many were there? There were 4. There was gorilla. Oh, yeah. There was tiger. Yeah. There was elephant and panda. 5 animals out of their pen. Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the zookeeper decided he'd said good night to all the animals, so he decided to go home. And guess who followed him? 5 animals. There was a hippo, a tiger, or a gorilla, a tiger, an elephant, and the panda. All followed the zookeeper home. The zookeeper went into his house, and into his bedroom. And the zookeeper said good night to his wife. Night, night, dear. Night, night, dear. And they went to sleep. And soon came the 5 animals. Do you remember them all? There was hippo, and there was gorilla, and tiger, and elephant, and panda, and they all got tired too. It's good night, dear. Oh, good night, dear. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Oh, 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 you animals. Oh, you're all out of your pens. Come on. Come on, you gotta go back to your beds. Let's go. And so, the zookeeper's wife put away the hippo. Good night, hippo. And then she went and put Mr. Tiger to sleep. Night, 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 night. And then she went and said good night to the elephant. Night, night, elephant. Night, night. And then she went and said night, night to the panda. Night, night, panda. Night, night. And finally she said night, night to gorilla. Night, night, gorilla. Night, night. But what the zookeeper's wife did not realize, gorilla still had his keys. The zookeeper's keys. All right. Good night, dear. Good night. Oh, good night. Oh. This just isn't right. This just isn't right. You know. All right, we want to say thank you for joining us today on Wondertime. Thank you, Scott, for your great letter about wearing our masks. And what did we talk about today? We talked about repetition and how repetition's actually good. Yes, repetition's good. And then we did a wonderful little story about, we retold the story of Goodnight Gorilla. Oh, yes, exactly. So thank you so much for joining us for Wonder Time. We will be back next week. Yeah? Okay. See you then.